Hello. Hey guys, how's it going today? Today I'm going to talk about my experience living in the UK. Living in student accommodation for the first time ever, alone. Living alone for the first time. That sounded really weird. I don't know why I said it like that. So yeah, I just want to talk about my first experience from living away from home in student accommodation. Yeah. So last year I was given the chance, such a great chance, oh god, to actually do some of my uni studies overseas in the UK where I'm at right now. Yeah, so I'm originally from Australia, Melbourne, as you can see with the flag there. But yeah, so, and like, I think it was like mid 2019, yeah, that's when my uni, because one of our tutors, they have a connection with the university here in Birmingham, and then so they had that to offer us, and there was like, I remember because there was like an initial meeting for like anyone interested. There was like, I don't know, like 20-30 of us. There was an application process. We had to apply through like why we thought this experience would be a good idea, like how we would represent my university, Swinburne. But yeah, it was really nerve-wracking at first, because you know it's like there's quite a lot of people and you're like, oh god, am I gonna get this, like but I did get it, so because I'm here now. Yeah, actually I'm about to leave early because of, you know, the current situation with the coronavirus and all of that, but that's what I'm going to talk to you about today, my experience here so far. So when I arrived in Birmingham, it was quite late. Like, or for here it was quite late because I've been told it gets really dark really quickly, and it shows. So I arrived in Birmingham like 9, yeah, like 9 or like, I can't remember. Well, by the time I left the airport, it was like pretty much 9 o'clock, and then by the time I got to where I'm staying, is run by United Students, and it's called Lakeside Accommodation. And of course, you know, by the time I got here, the reception was closed, so I couldn't really check in properly. But thankfully, these 2 students who also, I think, were there, not sure, they knew what to do. They helped me because I was like holding two big luggages, a backpack, you know, small, couldn't do much in the dark. Yeah, so they was like, oh, you need to, if it's closed, you need to go to security. I'm like, where's security? There's oh, here's a number you can call. And I had to borrow their phone because my phone didn't have a UK SIM card yet. So I was like, okay, can I borrow your phone? They're like, yeah, you can. Oh, great. So I called security, and then they were like, oh, you have to go to the security office. So they thankfully showed me the way there because I would have not known how to get in the dark. But when I got there, they like checked me in. It was unofficially checked me in, but they had my key card and all that. So yes, overall, I think I'll definitely remember this experience for like a long time. But there's been some ups and downs for sure. Yeah, I was like, you just don't realize how different it is to living just like at your own home, because there's like things you wouldn't realize you would really need until you actually lived by yourself and like haven't bought anything. Oh crap, I actually need this and that. And like, oh, okay. But yeah, so yeah, so here, just like in the photos that I saw, because you know sometimes, you know, when you see places in the photos and you come to reality, it's different. But no, it was pretty similar. I'm not sure that's a good thing or bad thing if they've like updated, but yeah, so it was pretty good. Yeah, entering my flat for the first time, it was interesting because it's like with the flat, it's just like one hallway and just rooms on either side. When I went into my room for the first time, I was like, god, wow, this is like small. And like, well, it's not even that was small, it was just really like bare. It was just like there was nothing. That's why you have to say I've tried to like spruce up a little bit with posters and flags and that, and the flag of Australia and posters and all that. And yeah, and on the wall that you can't see, I've got all like places I've visited while I'm here. I've got like tickets to movies I've seen, like the Birds of Prey movie and the new Jumanji movie while I was here, because why not? So those up there. I went to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child while I was in London. And yeah, so it's all these little like things just to make it feel a bit more, you know, welcoming, not really bare, just like white, you know, like ugh. First I felt it was a bit small, but as I've been here for a while, I think the size isn't actually too bad once you get used to it. Yeah, it's just all about like adapting to like the space and learning like, oh, okay, I can put this here and there, make more space this way, yeah. And also, I didn't realize, but if you open up my bed underneath, there's like extra storage. I'll move this chair. So yeah, if you look under here, yeah, under where that is. So if you lift this up, there's like actual cupboards where you can like lift up and like, have like storage under there. So yeah, so like that was a great help because like storing my massive suitcases, I was like, I don't know where they're going. Like, oh wow, there's storage in there. So that's a great plus. So yeah, so the room wasn't actually that small after you can figure out where everything goes. And like that bed, at first it was like, oh god, this is uncomfortable. I cannot sleep in here. I was like, oh Jesus, like my back was hurting, and I was like, oh Jesus, I don't know how I'm gonna get through all these months on this bed. But again, I think as I was like moving around a lot every day, I kind of like made my like body shape into like the mattress and all that. So I think it like formed to my body. So because now it's like, yeah, it's more comfortable now, and I'm definitely more grateful for this bed since I went to London with my mates the other week and we stayed in the hostel, and that bed, oh, that was at like a whole different like level like of comfort, but God, that was so not comfortable. Like it was just like you're sleeping like it was just like a rock. That was like that mattress and the pillow that wasn't like non-existent. So I'm much more grateful for this bed now. But, yeah. Also another thing that I had a bit of trouble adjusting to was the showers here, because here it's just a curtain. It's not even like a door. I was like, no, like I can't. Because when you turn like the water on, I think, I'm not sure. Because I should know, because when you even turn like the shower on, it makes like the fan go like work more harder or faster, I'm not sure. And like that's when like the curtains they get pushed into it, so it makes less room in the shower. So when you shower, you're like, oh god. But I've gotten used to that as well, so that's a plus. I just can't wait to get back home to my shower, where it's like actual glass doors. I'm like, oh yes. But yeah, so I've gotten used to it, and also a plus here, I can play music in the shower. So I'm just like, that takes my mind away from like the small room because I'm just too busy singing away. But yeah, because at home I'm just playing music. My sister yells at me, so yeah, that's that. But yeah, I mean, been a great experience. I've just had this new sense of independence. I've had to take on more responsibility. You know, like cleaning my room, doing the laundry and all that stuff, you know, as things that I would do at home, but like not like it's forced to. But here, if you don't do it, you kind of like making a mess for yourself. So but yeah, it is great, and it's also given me an opportunity to go to so many places that I would have never gone to if I didn't live by myself. Like, or even just here, just being in the UK has just given me so many opportunities to explore. Like so far, I've been to like places like Stonehenge. I've been to Bath, been to London for yeah. So I've been to those places, and I did plan to go on tour around Europe, but with like the coronavirus now going to happen, that's not going to work. So with all the borders closing, so but yeah. But the one thing I've got to say about this place that I really love is the kitchen, because it is massive. Oh, like it is so good because I personally love to cook, so I do that to take some of the time away from my day, you know, because I tend to like. Because also that's another thing that I don't realize that impacts you so much is like just like food, like going out to buy, planning for what you want to eat for the week and meals just in general, yeah. Because at home because I live with my parents at home, so my parents they would usually cook meals, and I would just sometimes I would help them prepare the meals, but usually they're the ones who cook dinner. So when you get here, your parents not here, so you have to plan everything and like make sure make sure you're spending money in the budget, make sure you got time to cook and all that. But yeah, so I'm just grateful that we actually have a nice kitchen, so I can actually cook stuff in it properly. But the one issue I have to the kitchen is like the stove type is so annoying. Oh, it turns off every 15 minutes, and I think it's I don't know what it's called. It's like it's an induction. I'm not sure, but it's like the one with like those rings on it, and it doesn't heat up a lot, so it turns off every 15 minutes because, you know, safety warnings and all that. So it takes so long to boil like a pot of water. It doesn't heat anything properly, but oh, that's like so annoying. And like the fan at the top, it's like counterintuitive because like I feel like if you press like the maximum setting, it just like sucks up like all of like the what do you call it, like the steam, and just like spits it back out. It's like, that's not working out, so you have to open the windows just to get all that steam out. But yeah, but other than that, I'm still happy with this kitchen. Like, damn. Also, another thing that I didn't realize that until I got here was in terms of laundry, after you wash your clothes indoor laundry, pretty enticing to use the dryer they have right up there because nothing dries in this weather. It's so cold here. Because I've tried to save money without using dryer, because I bought a drying rack, which I've got a story for that. Ugh, but yeah, but because like here I've tested it out. It takes like at least 2 or 3 days for me to dry my clothes, which is ridiculous because back home, Australia, it's warm. Clothes can dry on a good day, can dry in less than a day, which is like here 2 to 3 days. Oh my god, see, like you have to plan for that, like what clothes you wash, because like if you don't have enough clothes for the week and no, so you pretty much screwed there. Going back on the story about that clothes rack. So I bought it from like one of those like discount stores here. It's called B&M. No idea what it stands for. But the first time I bought it, it's pretty big. So like with like I'm not that tall. So like bringing it home was like, oh god, like it's almost tall as me. So like yeah, so I'm holding it and then like I get home, put it, actually open it. Oh, it's pretty good size, yeah. So and then looks fine. Then when I go to actually use it, I put the clothes on, and then he's like, not sure what it is. I check down, then it's like a crack, and then the whole rack just like breaks down. I'm like, Jesus, I've barely used this clothes rack and it's already broken. So like, oh god, this is like, it's literally the world telling me to use a dryer, not to use the rack. It's like, no, please, no. Bring it back. I walk back to the store to see if I can get like an exchange or a refund. So I'm there, and then can I please get a refund on this? And they're like, oh yeah, sure, but you can't do it here. You have to go to the other end of the store where the person in charge, they do it. So okay, that's fair enough, because I work in retail too, so that makes sense. So yeah, so I go to other end of the store. I say, oh hey, can I just get a refund on this, because it's I just barely used it and it's already broken. And like, oh sorry, I can't do it because the person who does the refunds is on the other end of the store. I'm like, wait a second, I was just there, and you're telling me to come back over there, and you're telling me to go back over there. So I was like, no. And so what's going on? And I'm like, oh okay, then there must be on the break. So I'm like, oh, you could have told me that before. And then apparently it was like what? I think it was like 12. I think it was like 12 o'clock when I was there. And when are you back from break? They might be like, I'm not sure. They might be back for like an hour or so. I'm like, oh, are you serious? So I just gave up. I'm like, okay, that's fine. No, just went home, chucked that clothes rack out because I cannot be bothered going back to the store and getting a refund. I was like, okay, chuck that out. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? Like, I think I'm gonna go look in the store tomorrow, maybe another day. But yeah, and then I found one that actually works pretty good. So, moral of the story: don't go to B&M to buy clothes rack because they're breaking you. Pretty sure these are signs. Like first was the clothes rack telling me not to use the clothes rack, to use the dryer, and out the door was like, get the hell out of here, mate. Why are you still doing the UK? Go home. but yeah, I'll be leaving in like 4 days. Yeah, because when I'm filming this, it's Sunday, and I'll be leaving on Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, 4 days. So leaving on Thursday. Sad, but it is what it is. Yeah. Oh god. So like that is like on the way here, that flight almost killed me. Like, jeez, I don't know what to do for like 13 hours. Because 13 hours was from Melbourne to Dubai. And I was like, these movies I've watched like so many, and like just try to walk around. I like went to the toilet like people must have think I had like a bladder problem, because like I went to the toilet that many times just to get my legs warm up and like walking. It's like, what is this guy like going to the toilet like 40 times when he's like on his flight? I tried to sleep on the flight, couldn't sleep. It's like, oh great, so it looks like I'm staying awake for these 13 hours. But yeah, it was an experience for sure. But I'm just happy that the seat I was so comfortable. I flew at Emirates, so I'm just glad that the seat was comfy, and I brought my own headphones so I could just drown everyone out. I am not looking forward to the flight back. Oh dear, yeah. God, that's gonna be interesting for sure. When I get home, I'll have to be self-isolated for 2 weeks because I've been outside of the country. Even though that I don't have the virus, everyone has to be self-isolated for 2 weeks. I'm supposed to stay in the master bedroom of my place for 2 weeks, but it turns out because my mom, she works from home, she does family daycare, so apparently I could pose a risk if I caught the virus. So we tried to find out, okay, so where I was gonna stay. So we initially had the idea of me staying in my uncle's place, but he lives by himself, but his place is saying that it's messy isn't an understatement. So so I was like, no, I'm not staying there. It's dirty, it's messy, it's just a good idea to stay there. So I'm like, okay, I have no idea where I would stay then. So, and then, because I was talking with my parents that night, then I think it was the next day or day after, they called me back and they're like, oh, so we just ended up booking you in a 1-bedroom apartment in a hotel near us. Sure, I'll take it. Great, thank you. I'll be staying in a hotel for 2 weeks, self-isolated. So I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. Much better than staying in my uncle's house for sure. But yeah, actually, let's go there now. Apparently, if you click your fingers hard enough, you can like travel to anywhere you want. No, okay, one more time. Oh, that's so cool. For real though, this is where I'm going to be staying for 2 weeks from my isolation. Honestly, I think it's pretty bougie. Like, I would show you around, but it's a bit messy from when I just moved in, so. So that was my experience living in student accommodation for the first time in the UK. Yes, so it was my first experience living in student accommodation for the first time in the UK. As of posting this video, I know everyone will be in some tough times, so I really hope that everyone tries to stay safe, follow the rules. If you have to go under self-isolation, please do not go out. Because I see Australia, people are still going out to beaches and all that, when you should be like trying to keep your distance and trying to protect yourself and protecting others. Because no one's invincible, okay? Because we don't know how this is going to work out. But if we all work together and self-isolate, then we can get through this much quicker. I wish you guys all the best, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.